Hello and welcome to the Hunt Banish Extract podcast, the podcast that is more spooky than the direction that Hunt Showdown is going with this new skin choice. I am your host, the Drunken Bard, aka DJ, and with me are two of my beautiful co-hosts today, Sir Kaiser, aka Richard.
I am here, I am dressed, and I am square.
He has that glorious mustache.
And the patron saint of 3 stars, aka Rat329.
Hey!
Hi! You can see me today.
And it's a shame that I'm revealing this story when the other two that three, but Z hasn't been here in a hot minute. The whole reason we even do the real names with screen names is we were afraid that we would back and forth too much on our real names and screen names and people would get confused who the hell we were talking about. And then you're probably like, why doesn't Rat have his real name? Well, we never call him his real name anyway.
Yeah. We when we met each other, he was like, wow, it's really weird to say your real name. I'm just going to stick with Rat. And I'm like, cool, sounds good.
Well, I was just like walking around. I was like, where's Rat at?
No, it worked perfectly. And, well,
yeah, it did.
We're going to start off strong. We're going to start off just with a good basic start. What are we running? What's our loadouts? Rat, take us away.
I've been using so much choke bolt. Just so much choke bolt. Bomb lances and choke bolts, man.
That's it?
Yeah, just mainly choke bolt. Yeah, memes. It has been meme city.
Yep.
Okay.
Meme city population me, bro.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my goodness gracious.
If I'm not running a meme, there's something wrong and you should be worried.
Oh,
not for your safety because I'm going to miss every shot, but...
That's what the choke is for, right?
Yeah, that's what the choke's for, because if I'm going to miss, you're going to miss too.
All right. Richard, what are you running?
So mine's, I guess, a combination of means, but it's not exactly. Because with that gun runner, you can carry the 2 big weapon slots, and this is just one of the things I've been playing around with. But this was like 2 nitros, and it's just the funniest thing ever, and you can go absolutely nuts, and everyone's shitting their pants, and it's wonderful.
You just want to get all the hate messages, don't you?
Oh yeah,
I thought
everyone already
asshole.
knows that I love the nitro, so it's fine. But a more, I guess, regular one I like to run recently has been actually a bomb lance and a Mosin Obrez. But of course, you have to have a what is it called? Quartermaster.
Well, I mean, with gun runner,
But that one's super fun.
Why even run quartermaster anymore with that piece of busted bullshit? Everybody wants to go back to the old hunt, and Crytek said, bet. All right.
Yeah, Crytek was like, hey, let's do exactly that.
It's like,
and we're also going to make sure that
guys,
everybody can run it.
Hell.
Why? Because fuck you. That's why.
Because I like to bring up the subject that a lot of the fucking traits that Crytek likes to bring back in or add or experiment around with are always completely and totally fucking broken. And they said, if one's broken, they all need to be broken. And I can't believe they even brought in something that would rival Surefoot, because Surefoot, they brought it back in the exact same state and made it even worse by giving silent footsteps. Well, it was any of them now to solos, no matter what fucking thing. They better not make that a solo thing. Do not add Lightfoot. No sound steps. You're fucking stupid if you do that, Crytek.
Don't listen to him. Please do that.
No.
I will play solo all day long.
No, absolutely not.
Terrible things.
That's part of what
I
makes
like
Hunt
to make people wish that I was dead. And
well, that's part of what makes
it's glorious.
Well, Hunt is balanced because any minor amount of sound is heard by a veteran ear, even like things like Whispersmith or even something as small as a sound of healing. And to take that away, especially footsteps, their location, no, never fuck with that. There was a good reason why they got rid of the silent hop on Lightfoot, and you should never ever bring anything like that back ever again. If anything is overpowered, it's sound, and sound being taken away, Crytek is not the way to go.
Well,
Yeah,
no matter
who.
you've got fucking X-ray vision because you can hear them.
Well,
Right.
it's interesting when they took off that perk on Lightfoot because that's what made Lightfoot really good. But then they sit there and bring back, or not, they bring it back in another form with this new trait. So it's like, what direction are you actually going in? I know you're trying to be cheeky with your new traits and your events, but what are you really trying to do, I guess?
I mean,
Sure.
I would argue about like them like doing that, but let's face it, they did it with Necro, and now they're doing it with that. Like, it's just a trend at this point.
I mean, sure, but it's to the point of where the traits they're kind of hitting a balance point of how strong does it need to be before the game inevitably hits a tipping point, and we are definitely riding that line. It's gun runners too much. Do not ever if a testament to old Hunt being too fucking imbalanced was ever a thing, and bringing it back to the present and showing everyone, hey, guess how fucking stupid this is. Trust me, it's stupid. Don't do it. The 2 explosive crossbows, 2 nitros, like some asshole likes to run, or full Mosin, full shoddy. No, we don't need that kind of shit.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll never see pistols again. You'll never even see most of medium slots again if we have this kind of situation. There's no reason, especially where most of their variations now are nothing but fucking repeats of what we already have. We might as well make an even shorter gun, because why don't we just make Crown and King fucking pistol hand version and have that thing shoot slugs?
Wait,
Why
so you're
not?
saying that I could
Dude, I
possibly
said
get
they
the
should-
Archer underwear gun?
Well, it's like what happened to the sparks, as we call it in the game, but the sharps being reduced to a pistol, a little wrist breaker. No. We don't need more. We don't need more.
I jokingly talked about like a mini nitro, like people are like complaining about all these other guns, and then the minute I bring up a mini nitro, take that off the table.
Take the sights off
Now,
too while you're at it.
I kind of want to see
there
them
you go.
put a fucking nitro round into a rival.
No,
Isn't that basically a drilling?
absolutely not.
They've been doing tests on YouTube of people putting 50 cal rounds in shotguns and firing them. I kind of want to see them try it with a nitro round and a rival now.
Beautiful.
The only thing beautiful about this game is the fact that it maintains its cowboy composure through all the bullshit, and we're I'll get to that a little bit later because we don't need to bring in that amount of controversy this early in the episode. But with
Definitely.
Bounty Clash, how's it been overall? Because we finally gotten to play around with it for 2 separate weeks now. Any thoughts, feelings, Richard?
I mean, I the first initial impressions I'd say was kind of like, whoa, this is going crazy. But I think it's because I was a little busy that morning. But then once I came back and then got a solid team, I was having a blast. That's when I was using that bomb lance with Quartermaster and a Mosin, and it was just hit after hit after hit. Like, and I think I used Dragon's Breath with the bomb lance, and yeah, that thing hits hard.
Oh yeah, Rat.
Dude, I fucking loved it. Like the first round that I started playing with just the crossbows was with Chris, and it was, I think, me. I want to say either Mike or Richard and Chris, and we started running nothing but the hand crossbows with chokes, and the VoIP was phenomenal.
I
Like,
remember because I was in chat and I was basically being your chief at the fire station.
Oh, yeah. So
telling you what
good.
to say, getting people to
And
evacuate the building.
Yeah, I mean, aside from that, it's just been get killed with the Romero simulator, but it's been pretty fun. I've enjoyed it.
I mean, who
That's
doesn't
fair.
want to get killed by a Romero? At least it's standard.
I mean, Kurt Cobain did it. Why not me?
God damn it.
Wow.
Moving
Deep.
on. Moving on.
4 stars,
So-
still haven't won a game of Bounty Clash. Fucking
I-
somebody goes. John Cat goes roll on floor laughing, silent solo, lamplights matter.
Oh my god.
Shout out to John Cat.
That meme shall never die.
But overall, with Bounty Clash, I'm gonna be negative Nancy. I'm gonna be bad guy. I'm tired of it already. Maybe I'm the minority here, but there's a certain element to it where I absolutely stand by my old statement of it coming back. It should even come back with only certain maps at certain times, and just basically kind of have like a sort of rotation where it's like, okay, because right now we have Bounty Clash and it's only got these exact maps on Stillwater Bayou and Mammon's Gulch, right? And then we should have another rotation where it's like, okay, it's only these compounds and it's only these maps, these compounds, these maps, and keep that kind of rotation going, because I'm getting into situations where, and maybe it's due to MMR, maybe it's due to MMR, but I doubt it, because a lot of higher MMR people are enjoying it more than me. Where it's like, watch this spawn, watch this spawn, watch this spawn. There's a headshot here. There's always going to be a guy running from here. I can watch this angle. Or we're even getting the situations where people are waiting at the extract and they're camping the person who leaves with the bounty. We were killed by that once and it felt like shit. So I think it's an excellent mode and I love the concept, but it's starting to rear its ugly head with the problems. And those were going to happen. People suck.
Yeah.
Right. That's how it always ends. But I like it as a game mode. I don't want it to go away, but there's got to be a recipe to keep it fresh. Otherwise, that game mode is just too tiring. And then I just go back to bounty hunt like normal hunters. I don't know. Am I alone in this feeling? I'm not exactly sure. But do you guys share that
I'd say
sentiment
it's
at
a
all?
combination.
No.
It's a combination.
You got a good point. I kind of like it because it makes for a great warm up.
Yes. Yeah.
Like it's way better than quick play for a warm up round.
That's true.
And I'm fine with it being
But
some
you
kind
can
of
always
warm
do
up.
shooting range, though.
Well, moving targets, actual targets that shoot back, right? You can't.
No, I'm saying like if you're in a team,
with
you can
friends,
shoot each
yeah,
other.
2 other people. That's well, shooting range has its quirks. I love shooting range. There's nothing wrong. There's things wrong with it, but it could be better. But it is a warm up round. I don't know if I want to give it a glorified warm up round, but just like quick play, I think it deserves a little bit better. But it's got its own unique tone to it, and I don't think people want to get rid of it or change it. It's the same thing with this mode.
I think part of it is that bounty, like with shooting range, you only get to practice the one compound, whereas with Bounty Clash, you get to practice multiple different compounds, and it's a real like fight scenario. It's not just like for example, if me and Bard go in on shooting range, he can decide I'm just gonna move so that he can practice moving shots. I'm not gonna shoot back at him. But in Bounty Clash, if you die, you die, and you just start the next round. But it's a different compound almost every time.
Absolutely. And I like that. They need to add more compounds for shooting range as well. That would be a great addition. And
yeah,
I got it. Well, okay. I got to pat Fiefield's back before I stick it in his ass, because I've got beef with that. I've got beef. But I'll pat his back first. Get him ready. Throwing knife buff and spear nerf. It's about damn time. I was so sick and tired of that spear. And it's not out of the meta, but it is definitely a choice now, what you bring. How are you guys feeling about it? Rat? Have you tested them at all?
I don't really know. I've tested the spear, But I normally take throwing axes because I'm better with their velocity. They move a little slower, and I'm used to that drop. So I never take the throwing knives, and I forgot that they had been buffed.
It's worth a try. You absolutely need to bring them into the bayou. And even in place of a knife, they're great now. In my opinion.
Well, I mean, I take knuckle knife, man.
Give other things a chance, man.
Never! Coogie says Bounty Clash has been nice to watch with Twitch streamers, and she wants it to come in waves during the year.
Yep.
John Cat agrees with it being a great warm-up. They do 2 to 3 Clash matches and then go back to contracts. Penguin has a hard time mentally shifting from Clash to Hunt, and he could play Bounty Clash all day.
That's fair. No, that's absolutely fair.
Drake doesn't classify anything that can affect his KD or MMR as a warm-up.
That's fair.
Coogie yells
That's
hammer
fair.
buff.
Not wrong. As a matter of fact, well, I'm going to save that comment for after Richard. Richard, what's up? Tell us about the spear nerf and throwing knife buff. What do you think?
I mean, if spear is nerfed, then that was always going to be coming. There's no reason why that shouldn't have happened sooner. I wasn't looking into the patch notes very much, so I didn't really see it. But and I always, I've been one to just take something different anyways because I'm a hipster, so whatever. Throwing
look at your
knives,
mustache.
It's good to see that they're
And
if
that
anyone's just
beautiful report of
listening
the
to
week
this,
slit down his hair.
I twirled it, So what? Anyways, throwing knives. It's nice to see they're getting some more love again, because they weren't being seen for a while, and they were literally, I think, the meta for a little bit. So it's nice for them to come back through. Something interesting that I noticed versus console versus PC. You know how on PC you can remap your buttons from like soft melee to like hard melee type of thing?
Mm.
So on controller, it's not like that. So you have to very subtly tap that trigger to like do a light melee. So knuckle knives will sometimes do a heavy melee because of that, and you'll probably burn yourself if you're facing an immolator.
Stoic, welcome in.
That's more of a fun fact.
That's fair. Well, and real quick about the hammer buff. It's funny that Coogie mentions that being buffed because Martialist as a trait, I know it only benefits Katana right now, but people have made the argument that it should buff the hammer and the axe in such a way. Hell, even the machete. Give these other melee weapons viability. For fuck's sake, it's not like you break the game. The katana already does everything. You might as well make the other melee weapons compete, So in the sense that we should have Martialist give these other melee weapons a unique swing, a sweeping swing that's a lot heavier and faster. Something. Because I don't think that buffing the Martialist trait could people might argue that it might cause issues for console, but I already think that a lot of console players have really decent aim with the guns because people like to be like, oh, melee's too overpowered on console. Mm-hmm. Well, explosive ammo exists, so there goes that, So in the sense that if we're going to buff these things, let's not ignore these other weapons.
I think skill kind of goes across console and PC. Just because you play on a controller versus a keyboard doesn't make you good.
Right.
I think a lot of it comes down to like your like your mental state playing on it. Like for me, when I try to use a controller anymore, it just feels weird. So it doesn't feel like as quick or as snappy to me. And so that throws me off, and then once I'm like taken out mentally, I can't get back into the game very easily until I'm back to what feels good to me. Dr.
Fair.
Soda had a pretty good idea here. He says martialists should allow you to hold the hammer and axe on your shoulder for a quick downswing.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Like the rail yard swing.
Honestly, any kind of viability you can add to them in a unique way, like the sheathing of the katana, I'm all for it. Those kind of melee weapons need some kind of love because simply giving them the amount of power they have with the awkward swing they have, like the fucking since I'm already about to bring this up with the new weapon variants with the rival mace, that thing feels like shit. I don't know if you've used the rival mace versus the Moes and Obras. The fucking rival mace, it has such an awkward, really slow, weird swing that swings wide, and it'll sometimes hit the thing to your right instead of what it's directly swinging towards. Those mace weapons don't feel right, and they need to be adjusted because they've claimed that they've fixed the melee boxes and they've made them more viable and they've made them hit directly on target. Absolute horseshit. I've had it where I've literally stabbed the zombie next to the zombie that I'm stabbing in the head. I cry engine, right? Trademark. So something needs to be done with these
hitboxes. It does put the cry in
hitboxes.
cry engine.
You're joking, but yes. There's some shit that needs to be. I mean, Richard himself. What's up?
Can we get a like just get rid of assailant, bring back tomahawk, but like have tomahawk be what martialist is, but for all weapons, and then you can also throw. And then we can. It's either that or just like rename it to yeet or airmel.
I like what they did with tomahawk. I like what they did. You're such a weird ass.
Okay, so Element said Mel, Melle, trying to spell melee, and so the chat has been giving him shit for probably 10 minutes now.
If I switch my windows, I won't be able to see the show notes. Oh my hell!
No, we got chat.
Okay. Well,
yeah, it's just chat going nuts on Twitch. It's funny as hell.
Yeah. Okay. So with like the weapon variants we've had added, we've already talked briefly about the bomb launcher, the crossbow, revive bolt. Is there any specifics you guys want to bring up? Rat, let's hear it.
The revive bolt is fucking jarring.
Okay.
I don't like being revived by it.
You've been revived by it?
Yeah. Element got me with it one time. And he shot me in the foot. And there's no build up. Like when you res somebody, you see a little circle that like fills up, and then they stand up. You can be like 3, 2, 1. Get them mentally ready. He fucking shot me, and I was just standing. It was the most jarring fucking thing.
Dude,
I was just back in.
Always be ready. Just always
apparently. Ready. And I'm never ready. I suck at this game.
I'm trying to remember exactly
why people listen to me. I'll never know.
Well, I was trying to remember who I was playing with, but they revived. I think it was Chris and Element. I could be wrong, but they kept reviving their fucking buddy with a revive bolt right in front of us, all three of us, and Chris kept fucking doubting him again and again, and I'm like, what the hell are they doing? Like, people are not using them correctly. But I have had it a couple of times where that revive bolt, especially when you killed them in the bush and you weren't 110% sure where to look for their body, and all of a sudden there's 2 more people and they're already rotating around the bush and shooting at you. It can be fucking gnarly. That weapon is not a nothing. It is extremely valuable if used correctly, but taking up the weapon slot is the problem. But I don't think it's that as big of a problem as people like to think. But I don't think it's imbalanced, but it is strong.
Can you take like another ammo type with it?
Yes, you can take dragons, bolts, or you can take the regular poison.
So it's not fully taking up a slot then. Like it's just taking up a little bit of ammo. And if you have ammo boxes and other things, that is definitely solid. Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but
I have heard a rumor that they don't refill on special ammo boxes. I don't think that's true, but I have not proved it myself. I actually just haven't bothered using it because I trust our matches to go about as long as
Yeah.
Most guys' first
Yeah.
times last in bed. We get our first fight in 30 seconds. It's over because we're all fucking dead. So no,
Hey
I
man,
haven't trusted us.
30 seconds and it's over is the story of my life. I'm used to it.
30 seconds
my
and I'm
God.
high-fiving myself. Okay, all
I
right,
thought
all
you
right,
were
all right.
said
Let's
3 seconds.
not get off in the weeds
Star.
with that. But Richard,
John Cass says I've brought Clutch back with the bolt a couple times, and he said the same thing. Jarring as fuck.
you're onto something.
Glad it's not just me.
You're onto something. Richard, what's a weapon variant that they added that you're feeling opinionated about?
I mean, I could always be opinionated about anything with scope, so the Maynard. I haven't actually used it though, so I have to, calm down.
Fair. Fucking
But apparently it's pretty good though for what it is.
So it's basically Hunt's first quick time event ever added, because if you're shot with bleed in the chest from close range, it's hold F or die, literally immediately. Because I've killed the dude in front of me and I didn't hold the F fast enough and fucking died. So it's Hunt's first quick time event.
Oh
Can you imagine getting hit with the Maynard and it does a fucking God of War quick time event, zooms in on you, button
like it's
pops
kind
up.
of rapid, like circle there, just
He's gonna mash F.
mash.
Mash
It's
F
no
to
longer
fuck.
hold, it's mash.
I agree with Emmeline though.
To not fucking die.
Fuck the short king.
True. We knew
I've
that
only
one
seen
was
it,
going
like,
to
a
be
couple times.
we
but
knew
yeah.
that one was going to be an absolute fucking disaster. There was no question, absolutely no question that a short Crown and King didn't belong at all.
Mhm.
And so I personally, I mean, with everything that's been added, I think the bomb launcher was not underwhelming, especially with the reload speed, especially with the new harpoons. It's quite impressive and deadly. I mean, I wouldn't call
Those
it
harpoons. Oh my god.
they're fun too. I've used them. They're fun as hell. But
They kill so fast.
They do. They absolutely do. That's the thing, is they're fucking.
Oh.
It's basically just a bow and arrow, but quicker. Snap it around the corner. No, what's up?
Oh, I was just gonna say the bomb launcher. That was the issues I've been having with something that we probably talk about. I don't know if we're going to talk about it later, but it's something to do with a bug.
Okay. Oh, you mean the frag arrows going through walls? Or frag
No.
wax frags? No, it's not that.
No, it's about the ammo type and the bomb lance connected to that.
Bring that up shortly, right after this, as a matter of fact. But I thought it was overall okay. Like I said, I don't like the oversaturation, saturation of all of these different types. Saturation.
Fuck.
I think it's fine. I think it's all right when you want to add a diversity of weapons, but they forget that too much of anything just creates too much complications. Most of it's not even used. I liked it better when there was a very nice array, and it really felt like a choice with some of these weapons, the long ammos, like Martini versus a Springfield. Do you want to hit harder and move slower, or do you want a really fast bullet but you do less damage? Now it's like, who fucking cares? Look at all these goddamn guns. You just take one. Just take one. And the choices are harder than ever now, while also not, it doesn't feel quite the same with a lot of these choices. It feels like too much. Because if we're going to create all these variations of the same weapons that we've had all the time, I would much rather have an entirely different weapon, like the Maynard sniper, having the sniper scope, but you also got to put the nipple on it before you reload the bullet, and the blast cap. Nipple's funnier.
Yeah, there we go.
And it's an interesting choice. It's got a really tight hip fire, but it's only sniper scope. I think choices like that are interesting, but when we get into the territory of, well, do you want a Springfield with a Deadeye or a Springfield with a Marksman?
Well,
it's getting oversaturated.
Either
you
one
did,
or two
you did.
podcasts ago.
It was actually last
like,
one.
Let's just fill in the holes. But that's what made the drilling so interesting, is because it was different. And
it's
then they're
strong.
like, let's
away.
make a hatchet variation, and let's
But
fill
then
in the gaps again.
But then it's like, okay, I'm a Romero hatchet, but better in a sense. So
Mhm.
why
Yeah,
take a Romero hatchet if you could afford the drilling hatchet? I mean, sure, the Romero hatchet might hit from a harder, longer range, but you've got two medium shots that you can shoot from any range, and if you're really good with headshots, it's just better. So
through that.
you know,
Saturation is what brings us
saturation.
together today.
All right, and you know, with the bomb lance, with the bomb lance glitch, because Kaiser's had a serious fucking problem with that, and it seems like it might not be limited to that. But do you want to kind of explain?
So it was shortly after I prestiged. So I was mostly curious about it because Rat was actually telling me that he was getting progression for the bomb lance at one point, and I was like, that seems kind of odd, and so I kind of just like moved on and whatnot, and then I think eventually he unlocked the bomb lance, and there was nothing to be said from that. But so what I did is I was like playing with the bomb lance, and I hadn't unlocked the what is it called, the bomb lance that fires. We just barely said it.
The launcher.
Right.
The
Yeah.
launcher. And
I,
so
I call it the
basically,
yeet cannon.
the yeet cannon. Okay, I'm not gonna stick with that, but anyway. So basically, I prestiged, and then I'm like, oh, I want to use a bomb lance with Dragon's Breath. So I was thinking, because the Battle Pass has the launcher in it, and the launcher is just part of the Battle Pass at this point. It's not in the pool right now. So
Right.
what happened was that I pick up the bomb lance, all of my ammo types were locked except the harpoons. And it said 1 XP to unlock these different ammo types and stuff like that. And so I've actually extracted with some of those ammo types with the launcher or the bomb lance. Um, or maybe not the bomb lance because I don't have access to that. But with the launcher, because someone said, "Oh, you gotta extract with that ammo type to unlock it." So I had Dragon's Breath on my launcher, got the XP. I get the bomb lance, but it is refusing to unlock any of the bomb lance ammo type. It is the stupidest fucking thing ever.
And these
On the
kinds of
upside, my aim is getting far better with the bomb lance now.
Oh my god. Well, I would love to use my ammo types that are unlocked at level 1.
Yeah, I miss being able to tell people to suck my balls when I shoot them in the face with steel ball ammo.
Mm. Well, I just,
wow.
piss fire on them, so it's
Oh,
whatever.
I mean, you piss fire, I launch my balls across the room.
I mean,
We're one
don't
and
you
the
have to be
same.
like really old to do that?
Sometimes.
Okay.
And if
Well,
they hang low enough.
Anyway.
moving on. So,
Or-
well, I'm really not
L's
a
in the
fan
chat.
of some of these changes that they're really trying to make, and we're not quite to the big topic yet, because you know how much I'm gonna love talking about that bullshit. But we've already got a bulwark nerf, which all it did was remove. Speaking of bomb lance sticks are now always a kill. I'm not a fan.
Hell
I
yeah.
don't like it. I don't like that it's one less reason to take Bulwark, especially when they made this nerf right before the whole event. And everybody take a bomb lance. It gives the bomb type more incentive, but it's not making more people take the bomb type.
Now hold on. If you get stuck with a bomb lance, you deserve to die.
No,
The guy that shot you earned that.
no. He had a big ass spear, and if he was close enough to stick you, he was close enough to run at you and spear you with that big ass bomb lance. And I have won team fights because of surviving that stick. Because I ran him with a shotgun and I liked being rewarded for that. And granted, it kind of didn't make any fucking sense, but a lot of these game balancing changes don't make any fucking sense anyway. And to take one more thing away from everyone, especially when Bulwark already has a really, really good incentive to take it in the sense that you avoid dying to your own explosive crossbow bolts, red barrels, a meter away from every dynamite stick, not frag bombs though, but it was just icing on the cake to survive a bomb, Lance. And you ran into them so rarely anyway. Who cares? Is that supposed to make people take the bomb type on the bomb, Lance? Now that you have harpoons, why would you take them? Why? It's quicker.
You heard it here, folks. Mail your vote in, and we'll decide with that, who's right here.
The harpoons already make it so it's a one-shot kill, and if it sticks their limb, you run after them and you pull it out of them like an arrow and you kill them anyway. So who fucking cares? They're dying either way. I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Richard? You haven't
Bulwark
spoken up about it.
Stay strong.
Because
it's really
strong
like
overall.
Bulwark and how much I've been able to survive a lot of things. For them to basically make it so there's no reason to take it with the bomb lance is basically a nerf that didn't need to happen, because when you see a bomb lance, run for your goddamn life.
Amen.
Simple as that.
And granted,
the last melon.
It's not the biggest change of the world, but it's what I had to speak about because I personally have won team fights over that, and so my heart's ripped out of my chest now. Because when I got one lucky motherfucker to stick me, I was like, yes, one more chance. All right, but overall, that's not the biggest deal in the fucking world. But
yes,
wall bangs themselves. This is one of my biggest fucking beefs with Crytek I've ever had in my whole goddamn life. We're completely nerfed. It takes 5 shots through a metal sheet. 5 shots through a metal sheet to the chest with a Mosin to kill with no Spitzer. And then it takes 3 through a wooden panel to the chest with a Mosin to kill. I didn't do any other tests, but those are the tests I did. Absolute horse shit. They called it a bug, and it's been in the game for like fucking 5 to 6 years, and suddenly you nerf wallbangs. Well, FMJ already made it do more damage through wallbangs and have more penetration. To take away almost 80 to fucking like 50% of all of that damage is absurd. Granted, headshots still kill, but most wallbangs are not headshots, if ever. Mm-hmm. And to take away any reward from that from players is complete bullshit. And they're basically making it an FMJ and Spitzer buff, like Spitzer needs any fucking excuse to be taken. What the fuck? How do you guys feel about this? Have you been robbed? I've been robbed multiple times already.
You think I'm good enough to shoot somebody through a wall? I can't hit somebody when I can look at them. I can be staring them down like nose to nose, and they will fuck me up when I've got like a bead right on their head. I'm horrible at this game, and you're like, has wallbang nerfs affected you? No, the fuck it hasn't. I suck.
This motherfucker claims to dodge bullets but can't wallbang.
Yeah, I can dodge bullets because if I can't hit anything, then I'm gonna make good and goddamn sure nobody can hit me.
He's too busy crouching around, like in the other compound, that they can't find him in the current compound.
You're goddamn
so when they try
right.
When they try to wallbang him, that obviously can't happen because he's not even there.
Because the only banging I'm gonna allow is if somebody offers to let me use their bro hole.
Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna put my input into this.
Please.
I have actually noticed a lot less wallbanging going on, like within this game. Like, it's almost like it's almost like I can't tell what can wallbang and what can't, and actually happen. Like, what can actually do some damage.
Sure.
I'm going to shout out Stoic right quick. He just used malarkey in a sentence for the first time naturally that I've ever seen. So, good on you, as it should be. That word needs to come back.
Rat's easy to impress, apparently.
I am.
Hmm.
I am.
Malarkey, a
Okay.
word that has been used.
But
Yeah,
since I
he
seem
used the word malarkey, and I'm happy about it.
since I seem to be the only one affected by this largely, because I'm not saying that you guys haven't experienced it at all, but I've had multiple matches where
No.
I've gotten wall banks and been completely robbed.
Yeah. Well, I wish Sleepy was here because he could explain that because he loves to wallbang.
He had to be busy on the day that we decided. Well, we're gonna do this again, by the way. This isn't a one and done. We more than want to do this as many times as we can manage. But
And if you
I've
could
had
be
it.
here, we're always going to be here.
Well, I've had it with buckshot. I've had it with slugs. I've had it with fucking high velocity. I've had it with regular ammo because FMJ and Spitzer still work as intended. But I've, especially with a slug with a thin wooden wall where I could see the guy right through it and I shoot him directly in the chest
Mhm.
and then the guy runs away. What the fuck? And not
After
only
going,
that,
"Ugh."
I've done it with a rifle and hit both slugs and they survive. What the fuck? It's a thin wooden wall with a shotgun. And I've had it where I shot a guy getting up with no resilience. And I know because my teammate downed him really, really fucking fast afterward. No headshot with a rifle. And it was peppering him with buckshot through a fucking thin wall. It just feels like shit to try and shoot through walls. I understand bullet drop to an extent, but this is fucking stupid. This is not the game balancing we need. You should be rewarded if you're hitting somebody through a fucking wall. Even if it was like a 10 to 20% difference, I might understand. This is absurd. 50 to 80?
No. You know what? Fuck you. No. So if you're telling me if I stick you with a bomb lance, one of the slowest velocity next to maybe the fucking martini weapon in the game, you say that you should survive it because you have a 2-point trait.
Yep.
Or maybe a 1-point trait, but you're gonna tell me that if you shoot me through a wall, something that I have actually done before, unlike the bomb lance stick, and you're gonna be like, fucking, no. You reward me for the thing Rat can do, but don't reward me for the thing that Rat has never done.
Yes. With a
You
straight
need
face,
to take
yes.
the bomb lance more. Sticking someone with the bomb lance is
I've done
the
it.
most satisfying thing you can get.
Almost nobody takes
meleeing
bulwark.
them.
Almost nobody took bulwark in the fucking first place. That's why it was such a reward. I got rewarded for taking a 2-point trait that every motherfucker ignored, and I went, I believe in this trait.
Yeah.
Coog,
you
And I got rewarded.
Drake, I have alcohol poisoning right now.
Well, okay.
She's telling Drake to drink every time I say a pun, and that would kill him.
Don't. Save your liver. Please, coming from the drunks.
And your
don't
mind.
Do it. All right. But we are getting to a point where I want to bring up,
Well,
Rat, I need you to help me.
1 second.
As
Yes,
he
dear?
runs away. Take
I'm
your
right
time.
here.
I'll bring up another.
I'm right here.
Okay.
Don't mind me.
Going ham on the. Okay. Well, Rat, I need you to bring up our lovely audience. We're getting to about the halfway point, and if I do it, it's going to interfere with the recording as I accidentally hover over something anyway. So, can you bring up our audience poll and answers to our latest
1
episode?
second. I'll get that up on my like third monitor out of 5.
While he does that, I want to bring up a quick tip for anybody that has, troubles with sound traps, especially the ones that contain the animals, the dogs and the chickens. Those cages themselves, if you've ever wondered, a quick tip on how to tell if they're occupied or not, because how you can always tell is the lantern above them, right? But the panels on the dog or chicken cage are always red if it contains the animals without any view of the lamp whatsoever. And if it is completely empty, they're silver or gray and it looks more dull. So pay attention to that. They're red if there's animals inside of them. You don't have to look for the lamp above it. Pro tip.
Interesting. Like, what kind of red? Like, is it subtle or is it just?
It's pretty
obvious?
stark. It's pretty stark, yeah. Look at an occupied chicken or dog cage next time. You'll see how red the panels are.
Okay.
Yes, Soda, I need 5 monitors because I have horrible
You have a
ADHD,
phone?
and I need... Yeah, well, I've got my phone, too, so 6, I guess.
Wow,
Because
one
I
of the
have
many in
horrible
this
ADHD,
fucking
and I need,
year,
like,
huh?
a million things. Yeah. I need
Pretty popular
something
to have it.
bring as much fucking
I'm pulling your leg. I'm
stimulation to
pulling
my
your leg.
brain as possible.
All right. Hit us with the
Can you
audience.
pull the other leg?
I'll pull both. I'll pull your third leg if
Hit
you
us
like.
with the audience first.
I
All
mean,
right,
I don't think I
Rat.
can lift them.
Rat. Get to the audience.
I'm working on it!
Oh, how I wish I could bring
Okay,
this up.
comments. Published. Rogue, Cunning Rogue. Anything red in Hunt is interactable, interacts with you, AI aside. All windows and doors that you can use are all red.
They're right.
Also, Obard, don't test me
There
with
we
a third
go.
leg. Dr. Soda got Subway Surfers. No, I don't play Subway Surfers, but I really missed the Spider-Man one. Anyway.
God damn it.
A Cunning
All
Rogue
right.
says, love you guys. You boys make the Bayou proud. Oh,
Thank
somebody's proud of me.
you. If I can get it, like, yeah, that's better.
All the love, brother.
Parker D, thanks. Parker D says, thanks for helping me get through the workday, boys. Your stories had me rolling. Just started listening 3 episodes ago, and now it's time for the backlog. Thanks for all you do, and keep hunting.
Hope you
Glad
enjoy
to
it.
have you.
It's a lot of amateur shit back there, but enjoy.
Drake says, to be fair, you were safe when I rezzed you from the Derringer Bard.
True.
Oh, yeah.
I have a funny moment for y'all. The other night I was playing with Kugi. She was annoyed with me for killing the AI as I ran, so she couldn't shadow leap to catch up. I got to the next clue, see an immolator, tell her there's AA there to teleport to. She did it. She wasn't happy with me, to say the least. Love you, Kugi.
All right.
Goofballs.
Kugi says, love you all very dearly.
More
Martin says, I agree with this sentiment that the Hunt content community needs to grow. I love listening to the podcast and watching small YouTubers. We all love this game and want to share our opinions with like-minded people, even if their opinions are wrong. Sir Kaiser, aka fuck you too, Richard. Seriously, they'll love the episode. Keep the episodes coming. They get me through my workday.
And then a certain asshole rat.
And then
also,
yeah, and then
too.
And then some jackass named Rat329 said the first 2 stories immediately starting with, so I was playing with Rat, fucking has me pissing myself laughing over here, my god. Laughing my fucking ass off with you guys.
Yeah. Hey, Rat, have you played this with this rat guy?
No, but he seems like a dickhead to play with.
Yeah.
Probably sets
He
off all the
seems to,
noise
like,
traps.
run away from bomb lances and get hit by wall bangs. So
Yeah, and he can dodge bullets like a motherfucker, though.
only if he's in the other compound, of course.
It's like Neo in the Matrix, but it's Yeehaw Matrix.
Lies.
And the poll says, do you want Bounty Clash to be permanent? This is the first time I've ever seen yes lose. It lost by 1
Really?
point. 4 votes for yes, 5 to keep it on weekends, 0 for keep it seasonal, and 0 for no.
I agree with that. Well, I even agree with what Tyler and Richard were saying of like alternating weeks. And the reason I said they don't have Fortnite money, because I made a comment like that, is well, it costs a lot to keep those extra servers up. It really does, and people don't factor in cost at all. And that's kind of the next subject's going to be juicy. Okay, it's going to be juicy because that it's kind of that same subject about monetization and how they're getting their money for all of this bullshit. So. But they don't have all the money to keep these kinds of servers, and that's why the different game types I always kind of question where they're really, really high up on the charts FPS, but you got to be the top 10 to have that kind of money to always run those kinds of servers. And they might get it. They might get it one day.
Can we make the picture for this episode just be like a pair of yoga pants on the ass that says HBE and juicy across the ass?
Oh my god.
Only if Penguin puts it on and takes the photo for us. Then I'll say
Penguin, do
yes.
you promise?
You're up, Penguin.
All right. I had to give some love to the homie Penguin as well, because
Yeah,
The big-
Soul
Well, he-
Surviv Hour was pretty good, Element.
since he's also in here, our homie Big Monkey CNC, he's always spoiling us, showing us pictures of guns he works with, because he works at a shop where he specifically manufactures a lot of those. Shout out to you, lovely
It's
gentlemen.
like, Mom, we have Punch Showdown at home. And
Hell
like
yeah.
Monkey's like, yeah, we do. We most definitely have Hunt Showdown at home.
All right, but speaking of butt, Penguin's butt, but
Yes.
the biggest
Oh,
controversial
Penguin
topic.
says, "Send me the yoga pants." Well, I guess I'm paying for shipping. Let's fucking go.
Turning on the tip jar for HBE. Anybody who wants to see Penguin's ass in a pair of yoga pants? All right.
Find it exclusive.
Juicy.
Find it exclusively on our OnlyFans.
Okay. So, the
We
most
call it OnlyFanning.
God damn it.
Can I start?
Yes, dear.
Because I'm about to drop my tone of voice and my eyes are about to droop down a little bit and I'm about to look depressed. So, the most controversial topic in Hunt Showdown appeared to be one of the least expected, because it was one of the ones where I think both sides have viable points. It's a really, really tough topic to argue about no matter which side you're on, because I think no matter who you are in the situation, somebody loses. And Ghostface being added, a licensed trademark mask of a horror franchise as skin. Nobody in their fucking mother ever thought a skin was going to be the controversial ad. We've joked about it in the past with a DBD kind of collab. If it was going to be like a hunter themed after one of their killers, which they could easily do subtly, mind you. I don't think it would be too outlandish, but everybody's calling this the slippery slope. I don't necessarily disagree, but I do kind of want to get your gentlemen's opinions first. Richard, why don't we start with you? How are you feeling about this overall?
All right. So you remember like a few years back when we had an April that too. We had an April Fool's joke where the Son of Rome, I think it's Robinson VR game, and another Crytek game, I think it was Crisis, of course.
It was Crisis and Rise and fuck.
It's like Robinson or something like that. It has dinosaurs in it. But so essentially they were showing that and teasing it, but it was on April Fools, and they're like, April Fools, everyone. And then half of me was like, way back when, I was just like, I would love those skins in this game.
I do remember the little dinosaur.
But essentially...
John Katz says a little dinosaur was the other character in that April Fool's Day thing.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. So it had those games, and it was kind of basically teasing. And it's just like, oh, let's do this Crytek crossover with all these skins and stuff. So come to 2024, we have Ghostface being officially announced. I've then been playing the game for 2-3 years. Back then, I would have said yes. Now, I say no, because I think that this is too... It's too taken out. Like, the immersion almost is lost. And I've heard the argument about Santa Claus, Krampus, and all these other fictional characters. But those are variations, and that's based on mythology. It's not based on a intellectual property character. So on Ghostface, you can see a big old registered R trademark that he is from the movies, basically. The name, they got the rights, they got all that sort of stuff. So essentially, it's not the same as Santa Claus. I know what you're trying to say, but I don't think that's a very good comparison.
Okay. Rat, what are you feeling?
gears are turning.
Of war.
So okay. So God damn it! Why didn't
Sorry.
I
We
think
got
of
you
that?
that time. We
Sorry,
got you
sorry.
that time.
Go ahead. Go
No.
ahead.
No, I'm just pissed that I didn't think of that. So I'm torn on it because, like, personally, I don't much care for the skin itself. It kind of just looks like they took the infected and put a scream mask on him.
You can see that.
But at the same time, I think people's reactions to it are a little bit ridiculous.
If you think
Like,
about
it's
it, like everyone's reactions are kind of like that when it comes to anything. Like the loudest people are going to scream the loudest, and you're
true,
going to hear them the most.
but my issue with it is that it feels like it's for every single fucking decision that gets made, whether it's a decision that they've been asking for or not.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's like, for example, they asked to nerf solo res, like specifically solo res. So they nerfed Necromancer. But then they added in the revive bolts so that teams could still res each other from a distance. And now people are complaining about that. So it was a nerf that they specifically asked for. And the thing that they added to make it so that teams could still do that was complained about. So I'm torn because, like, I don't much care for the skin itself, but I don't think it's as big of a deal as a lot of people are making it. Like, their art team has such a good sense of direction with where they're going for the tone of the game that
But it wasn't the art team that made the decision.
I know. I'm saying the art team has such a good sense of where they're going with the tone of the game that
Yes.
I think that pretty much any licensed property that they do choose, I feel like the art team would be able to huntify pretty well. Because as much as I don't like the Scream skin, like, I wish the mask was made of wood. It would have fit so much better had it just been made
I
out of,
think
like,
in the
wood with some
description
moss on it.
says it is.
And but yeah, but looking at it, it looks like rubber.
Well,
So
you mean the
I know.
actual
I'm just
mask?
saying, when you look at it, yeah, when you look at the mask in game, it looks like rubber. But
The
like, if
description
you could,
says it's like a bone white wood.
You mean
Yeah, but
plastic?
Right.
You mean plastic,
I'm
not
saying, no, I'm saying it looks like rubber.
It could be rubber but it says it looks like rubber. I mean, I understand.
Yeah, it
Okay.
looks like rubber. I know it's not rubber. I know that it's made of wood. But, like, if you could tell, like, if the paint was, like, peeling off of it, or, like, you could see some wood grain in it, I think it would be a lot better. Or, like, if they just had the brown mask, but it was carved into that shape, then they could say that, like, he carved the mask in it from some inspiration from the painting The Scream, because that's where the mask gained its inspiration for that look, like the whole, like, Scream painting.
Mm-hmm.
So that way it would still be a licensed thing, but it would be very 1896. So I think that the Hunt art team knows relatively where they're going. I'm just worried about how many licensed IPs are going to show up. Because those are the ones that are going to be the more expensive DLCs, and we already have $15 DLCs for really cheap when they go on sale. But I don't think that the licensed ones are going to go on sale.
I agree with Penguin. I want to play as Peely in the Bayou. Yeah.
Sure. Do you guys feel like you've got a kind of good summarization of what you wanted to say, at least? I might be going off for a minute here.
I wanted to add.
Okay, go ahead.
There's a couple things I want to add real quick.
Absolutely.
I don't think it's like the slipperyest slope, but I do think it's not the greatest idea because it kind of developed itself as its own IP, Hunt Showdown, and I think it doesn't need others to do it. The only reason they're adding it is because of money. It brings in money, and it's cool that people like it. I think that's awesome, but it's not going to be everyone's thing, and it does kind of take away that immersion because he's like he's based on the movie character from now. So essentially, all his movements, like the way he does the knife and the way he like kind of chases people down, that's based on the movies, which are now. This is a completely different Ghostface that's supposed to be in the late 1800s. So that kind of takes me out of that immersion, as well as like I don't think like a hunter should be based on some sort of horror-esque. I know there are characters in Hunt Showdown that are like that, but it's kind of like when Mortal Kombat added like horror characters. I thought it was a dumb move. I don't like it.
Or,
I think
or
it
you
detracts
know,
from the mythical element, like the
or,
martial arts. That's sorry.
or like when they cast fucking Megan Fox as Nitara.
I mean, they already did that with Ronda Rousey and Sonya, so
I
diving
know.
downhill, anyways. So, but I think we should let Bard have at it and see what he says. Not bad, not good, but off to you.
Well, first off, I absolutely agree with your sentiment that it's all for money. There's literally no other explanation. There was nobody in the crowd screaming. We joked about it lightly about some sort of crossover. I was more leaning towards like a nod, like a charm on the gun, something subtle, that can be included in the game enough that it can be ignored. But not only is the mask stark as fuck, and it's just it screams I am looking at a horror movie character in the mask. There were people's interpretations that literally had a burlap sack that was shaped like the Scream face. If they were going to implement it in their universe, I completely understand that you wanted it to be iconic, sure. But it did not think of the lore first and foremost, and anybody who argues that is absolutely disingenuous. You're being disingenuous with your argument, and I think you're wrong. Secondly, I sincerely think that it absolutely is the slipperiest of slopes, and I think people Richard. I think you have a point of it. Like, it's not that slippery. It could be a one and done. It could, but the numbers and the reviews on Steam and everybody buying it and everybody kind of jumping in on this, I think some people are buying it thanks to the anger and everybody's uproar. Yep. It's almost like against the grain buy. Yeah, and so we get these people who are doing it purely to piss people off. I'm sorry, critics. I'm with you because I didn't buy it out of principle to the fact that I don't want it in the game. That doesn't mean I judge the people who bought it and decided to buy what the game had offered. Sure. All the power to you.
You're using your wallet.
Speak with your wallet. Speak with your wallet. And here's where I've got to give you hunters a taste of your own medicine. You are asked to support this game. You are responsible for telling Crytek, I like this skin. Sure, you could tweet and you say you like the skin, but you didn't buy it. And I get it. Times are hard. Economies suck. But if you bought this Scream skin, or they did, and you're not buying these hunter skins you claim to love, you're telling Crytek, I don't care about these fitting hunters, and I want to buy this instead. And you know where all these other people are coming from, spending irresponsibly? Well, they're going to outspend you. That's going to tell Crytek, we want a different direction for the game, and you did nothing to help. I get it. It sucks. It does. But money speaks louder for these companies who have a budget to fill, and we need that budget to keep being filled if we want to keep playing this game we love so goddamn much. Because I am a person who's bought every single DLC. I have spoken with my wallet, except for this Scream guy. Because out of sheer principle, I won't. It's not what I feel is right for the game. Because I like the lore-fitting ones. And of course, we've had Pepe the Frog or Santa Claus. But Richard literally just had a whole thing where we're basing that one off mythology. Pepe the Frog is just a silly... the mask looks like shit, okay? It didn't turn out the greatest. But...
It's cute.
But other ones that people try to argue are based on mythologies, and they fit within the story, and having an iconic, trademarked fucking horror theme mask. If they were going to add anything at all, horror was the way to go. It was the way to go if they were adding anything. But I agree with you, Richard, where Mortal Kombat, it didn't feel right even when they added it to their own game. Here, it feels so strange and out of place because I'm very immediately reminded that now it feels the biggest thing is not Ghostface himself. It feels corporate, and I don't like that. I don't like that a game
Yeah,
that felt thematical.
that's the issue.
It's suddenly snapping me to, oh, it's Halloween right now, and oh, Ghostface exists, and now he's in my Hunt Showdown game. Once again, if you are a person who supported this, I am okay with you doing so because it is the option. But
That's your choice.
there might be loyal people who leave this game because of such a decision, and Fifield, you cannot ignore this because that purchase, that limited time purchase, especially since this game was held on by loyal fans, you may have made a big mistake with people who were very, very involved with the lore. Maybe not me, but maybe some
We'll
other
see.
people. I know some people
Only time
personally
will
who've taken it very personally, and I don't necessarily blame them. That's their decision to make. This is their game. Is it a silly thing to leave the game over? You could say that, but any reason to leave the game for you is a viable reason. Any reason to stay is also a viable reason.
Mhm.
That's just the way
Yeah.
I feel.
Overall. Drake's saying, oh shit, where?
Lost it.
The issue is there's way too many simps for everything Crytek does. Just because I don't open my wallet for them doesn't mean someone else will fill that hole I left there. And that someone else is me. It was me. I really wanted that gun skin.
Well, use your wallet. Tell them what
And,
you want, and those
Yes.
people will say exactly what's gonna happen or what's not going to happen.
I
It's a very
sincerely-
good point.
that silenced, or those two silenced gun skins were just so pretty.
It's not the
They're
end all
pretty
be
nice
all.
looking.
It really isn't, and
Yeah.
I hope nobody thinks this, or at least I hope this thought doesn't stay that it's the end all be all. But like I said, any reason that you leave the game is your reason to leave. Don't feel like anybody has to take that from you. But at the same time, I'm sticking with the game, and I'm speaking with my wallet. I'm saying, Fifield, I don't want your license bullshit. You take that over there to Call of Duty where it already is. You're already responsible for that game. And we want more thematical skins. Please, anybody who feels that way, support the other skins that you like, please. That's how you tell a company. Money talks, people. But let's, does anybody have any finishing thoughts? That subject isn't the most lovely to talk about for the whole fucking podcast.
Yeah, damn it,
Nah.
Fifield, I bought your shitty DLC. Now fix my girl.
That's why I said hold out, man. You gotta make them fix
Stick
the
to your
things
guns.
that they have broken.
And stick to your guns never worked better
Well,
than in this
even
game.
though, Rat,
I
Even
stuck to
though
my
you
guns
didn't
plenty.
fight
I saw
for it.
nice guns and I bought them.
even though you didn't stick to your guns, I will stick to your guns for you. I will.
Thank
I
you,
am
Richard.
fighting
You always
for
got my back.
Rat 1.0. Bring Rat 1.0 from the Play-Doh skin. We don't want Play-Doh variant anymore. I almost knocked over my coffee.
Thanks, Dad.
All right.
But yeah, the elements like, would you be this mad if it was an RDR2 character? And I say no, because it's not like it's the day we'll have a podcast without Rat talking about the Rat skin. Yeah, never. Anyway, with Red Dead Redemption 2, they fit in the exact timeline, and Undead Nightmare exists. I could see them giving Rockstar Games something from Hunt to like add into GTA or RDR Online, and then have them be like, okay, here's like zombie John Marston as a skin you can play as, because he just looks like another cowboy.
Well, let me
But
interject.
when you look across the field and there's this rubber or porcelain looking mask that's supposed to be made out of wood, and it's
Dude,
clearly a 90s skin.
Where's my kaiju crossovers? I mean, those are basically rubber looking, right? Why can't I get that crossover, you know? I would spend dollar bills, y'all.
Hey man,
Especially
Reptilian's
then-
basically just humanoid Godzilla.
The old 1970s fucking dude
You
in the
know-
Godzilla suit.
Exactly. What I told Bard is basically like when the Reptilian came out, I was like, the only thing he was missing is if he had like a face piece going over, kind of like the Mountain Man or I think it's the Lonely Howl. Like I like it how those are very less humanoid, but you can tell it's still a dude underneath.
Well, to add to Element's
That's what
point,
I
just
give my
slightly,
money for.
anything that takes me out of the lore, anything that takes me out of the feel of the hunt aesthetic completely, because I know people have got their arguments about how some of the skins aren't completely thematic. Sure, I disagree with that argument, but that's fine.
Well,
But if it's licensed, especially, even Red Dead, even Cowboy, okay, I get it. I wouldn't necessarily fault them
be
for any
careful.
kind of crossover that could give them the kind of money to keep this game alive. If that's what this is for, I have a feeling it's not, but I hope that's what it is. But anything licensed is going to
Well,
take me out of the immersion a little bit, and I don't necessarily care for that personally.
if that's what it's for, like to keep the game alive, then the game is not doing well as is.
Agreed.
So they need to make another choice and see what they're doing. Like, where should they put their efforts into? I guess if crossover is the only way you can think of making money, then I guess do it. That's your choice, but we'll see where it goes.
But can't reiterate it enough. Support the game with what you feel is right.
Yeah.
Use your wallet to tell the developers what you like. You could disagree with us. That's okay. But
Yes.
subjects for the both of you. Rat, what'd you bring?
Okay, so me and Richard, I threw down the gauntlet in the Discord
Ooh.
and told
Oh,
him
yeah.
that this means war because he's had the best topic at least 3 times in a row, if not more. So I got sorry, Runk with Drat's puns. I'm talking crap. My boyfriend is legit brown Kurosaki. Drunk. Anyway,
I like Shrek is canon.
yeah, Shrek is
Anyways.
canon because his literal house is in Stillwater Bayou.
Okay.
So it would have been more fitting to get a Shrek
right.
skin or like have Butcher dressed as Shrek for Halloween.
You could do human Shrek. Anyways, your topic.
That's
You're
just
throwing
handsome
down.
Mike Myers. Anyway,
Yes.
so I got looking back through some of the lore, what lore I could access through the Steam store page because they took away my lore books. But you look through all the legendary hunters stories, and it is canon that grandma has a kid.
Okay.
Which hunter's fucking grandma?
I mean,
Well, if there's none canonically, I volunteer.
If the kid's literally 30 or 40, he's no longer a kid, so probably grandpa.
Well, which grandpa? We got Santa grandpa, we got
Wormbite.
Gravedigger grandpa, we've got we've
Well, if
got
it's Gravedigger grandpa, it's
infected
definitely me.
grandpa.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
There you
yep. Okay, so that was settled quickly. Bard's fucking grandma. On to you, Richard.
Gilf is a thing. That's all I'm saying.
God.
That's all I'm saying. All right, Richard.
All right, let me pull this up. I don't have it on papers or anything like that, but I do have it in my phone, so let me
That granny
pull that up
wop.
here. All right, guys. This is the Halloween special live topic for today. Okay, imagine if the hunters in the bayou, these wonderful gents and ladies, imagine if they were content creators. What content would a particular hunter create, and what sponsor would they team up with?
Grandma's on OnlyFans, sponsored by Trojan.
God damn it.
Lulu's in.
Don't do
Lulu
the
is
easy one.
absolutely an e-girl. Lulu is an e-girl. No doubt.
Okay, so would any of them be on YouTube? Or
Billy
anything
Story.
or Twitch
Billy Story
stream?
would. Billy Story would be on
definitely
YouTube.
be on YouTube.
So if Billy Story's on YouTube, what type of content is Billy Story creating?
Gambling.
Hold on, wait a second. I don't think
Gambling?
Billy Story. I don't
Is
think
that
Billy
even
Story would be
legal?
on YouTube.
No.
I think that he would be on either Twitch or Kick. He
Okay,
would
if he's on Twitch or
Okay.
Kick,
He
what
is
he doing there?
hopefully not what Dr. Disrespect was doing.
Oh no!
My God.
Please no. Please no. Oh shit!
You know, I
All
had
right.
I was actually curious about all these sort of things.
Oh goodness.
Well, I think we all know that that Sergeant Bridgewater is a Helldivers streamer
Okay.
because he's spreading managed democracy.
Okay. You know, hang on. I like this. I like this a lot. As a matter of fact, I want Coogie and Drake to come in here. I would like them to drag themselves in here. I want their opinions on some of the hunters and where
Ooh.
they'd be. Come in here, guys. We need you. I
Mu-
want
mu-
some hunter
so
opinions.
I'm so
Yeah,
scared for this.
Drake's got a good point here.
Yeah, we're both kind of drunk for this.
Oh, that's
It's
perfect.
okay, me too. I'm a lightweight.
That's great.
You
Let's hear it.
did I mean, I don't know how much I've drank, but quite a few puns here.
Yeah, puns.
Yeah, the chat's
Um,
been lit tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So going back to the topic, I did
It
really
will
like.
be your pun doing.
Okay, here we go.
Goodness. Okay.
I actually need to load up Hunt to go look at the hunters.
Okay.
Okay.
So I can remember all.
Oh, okay.
Coogie, you got a
Yeah,
hunter?
Obviously, the first thing. I mean, the first I thought about Fearless, and I was like, okay, what is she doing? And then I think I picked an easy second for myself, thinking about North Star on
Okay.
Instagram.
Okay.
Sorry, what was the second question, Richard?
Fearless is a Twitch
So-
cat girl.
It's so imagine they're content creators, but also what content would they be creating and who would they be sponsored by?
Ooh, sponsored by.
I don't know. I don't know about the sponsorship, but I do think North Star would be one of those like K-pop-y,
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
influencer-ish
You're
going
thinking
on. Not to
Instagram
be. I'm
going-
Asian, so I
doing
can say
that?
this. I'm not being racist.
Oh my God.
Is she would be doing something related to sponsored by some skincare stuff and nails.
Oh, is this racist?
Oh, okay.
It's not, because if you notice, North Star has the cleanest hands.
Oh,
from all
North
the
Star.
hunters.
Okay, sorry, I
The cleanest
I
hands.
forgot that there was a stereotype about that.
And then there's Fearless.
Fearless would be the
Fearless is a Discord kitten.
no. Oh god, I was gonna say a survivalist, like doing those
Technology.
videos out in the wilds and then just like filming herself, and then sponsored by I
Oh.
don't
Probably
know
sponsored by like
Who-
L'Oreal or something.
that National Geographic Channel or something. I don't know. Drake, let's hear it.
Can we all agree
Well-
that Monroe would be sponsored by Safe Light?
It's light, yeah. Well, I was gonna
I
say,
mean, he
so
could
I
be
said,
sponsored by Bear Grylls.
oh my
Oh, hell.
god,
There you go. A personal
Yes.
sponsor.
was
Yeah.
mine? I put in chat from Monroe. Was that said out loud? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
I said Monroe would be making vlogs on prison life and how to escape.
Okay.
Oh no.
fine.
Oh,
Would
no.
it
And
be
he-
sponsored
Dug
by
up a
like
hole
some
in a
security?
Who
He
would he
got-
be sponsored by though?
That's a
He'd
good
be
got
one.
Probably
sponsored.
some like security system.
No, he would get sponsored by Safe Light because he showed how to make a shank out of a window.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Holy
Um,
hell.
Element Road. That was a good one. Red
Dude,
Riding Hood one.
I would watch so many Red Riding Hood streams.
I want to hear
Actually,
one of
was gonna say
Drake's.
Carcass Gunrunner. Carcass Gunrunner making a cooking stream.
Ooh,
he's a butcher, right?
Cooker. Yeah,
Red
yeah,
Riding
yeah,
Hood making
yeah.
a cooking stream sponsored by
What?
Lunch Crate.
Why not both?
Oh, Lunchly.
Sponsored by Lunchley. No. Let's not.
Yeah,
No.
not at all.
They don't want to be sponsored by that. They won't last long.
I feel like something like Devil's Advocate would be like a cosplay just Instagram person. I don't know, because it's just so kind of out there. But I don't know who they'd be sponsored by. Half of these would be cosplay though. Let's be honest.
You
Sorry,
said the
who
Devil's
is-
Advocate? Is that
Devil's
the
Advocate.
Krampus one?
Yeah.
He'd be sponsored by some sort of Christmas thing.
I mean, maybe. Yeah, you
Yeah.
might be right.
Devil's
I think
He,
like
Advocate.
he
says-
has a decorating channel. on
Wait,
YouTube.
Penguin says
There you go.
Redneck has a YouTube channel doing Red Green Show shenanigans, sponsored by
Oh my
Copenhagen.
God.
You also
Copenhagen.
misspelled
I
shenanigans.
fucking love Red Green.
And I don't know. I feel like Redneck would be more like a Demolition Ranch kind of guy. Like he just goes out into his field and shoots really big guns.
I think that would be like Sheriff Hardin, if I'm not gonna lie. Like
No,
he's
no,
the one that like tests out all those like cool guns, and he's also sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Of course he is.
I was wondering who was gonna be. I knew there was one.
Raid Shadow Legends.
No, I feel like Sheriff Hardin would only be famous because he was on one of those bad cop videos where he accidentally killed somebody,
No, he's like
or
he's
he
like
was overly
chaotic good,
aggressive
you know?
with them.
He's like the anti-hero, you know. I think we're being too hard on Mr. Sheriff.
So he killed
Just because
somebody,
he dressed
but
as him does not make him a good guy. He sent children
he
into the
killed
bayou.
the villain just because he had to, you know.
Well, yeah, but he also sent copious amounts of children to their death. Like he's basically the Harvey Weinstein of Hunt Showdown,
Jeez.
except he was killing them instead of doing other things to them.
I think
I mean, technically he was trafficking them
I think
to the
I
Rat,
think we're going in the
bayou.
wrong direction.
Rat,
Wrong direction.
calm down.
Bad.
He was killing
Sheriff Hardin
people on
didn't kill himself.
he was killing people on the Diddy list. Okay.
My God.
God damn it.
You deserved that.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Do you guys have any more
Why?
hunters that you can think of before this fool passes out?
I was just gonna say Statesman might be like a accounting
Ooh.
or like stocks channel.
Drake.
The infected is
No,
Isn't-
state.
he's sponsored by mesothelioma.
Oh my goodness. Statesman is
I'll take
sponsored
it.
by
Already doing something.
Manscaped. Look at that clean shave.
Who is?
Statesman.
True, very true.
I'm gonna have to
Manscaped.
agree.
Oh, Manscaped,
Yeah, he's clean.
I don't
Rednecks-
know. The
He is
thing
clean.
is, like, you have Hackshaw, who's got that glorious beard, but it's well taken care of. So he could also be sponsored by Manscaped.
Okay.
Redneck's daughter is one of those TikTok people that get famous for
Maybe
yelling
we should
stupid
stop
shit at the
right
animals.
here.
What?
Let's hear 'em
The
out.
TikTok videos where they like yell stupid shit at the animals, and like one lady calls her chicken Hennifer.
Oh my God.
Jennifer.
Like I feel like that
I feel
would
like
be
you've seen this
Redneck's daughter.
before.
I have. I
Okay.
have. Yeah, there's a lady on TikTok and she always yells at Hennifer, her chicken, who she calls a ratchet bitch. And I feel like that would just be Redneck's daughter.
You know, there's somebody like, have you guys ever seen, I think her name's like Mima, and she's like over in England, and she like makes like awful dishes that are like undercooked, and she has horrible.
God,
like,
that
hygiene.
lady.
That I feel like there's a hunter that would do the same thing.
Infected.
No, probably Granny. If I'm being
Infected?
honest.
What? Why would
Well,
you say
how-
infected?
How else would he have gotten sick?
Probably from like the
Undercooked
bad
food.
weather or something. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
you know, just
It probably got burned or something.
never mind the corruption
pyro.
surging through the bayou, but
It's
also
fine.
Wormbite. I kind of feel like he would be a ghost hunter.
No, he's a
Ooh.
fucking gardener.
Ooh. I like that.
He's a literal great. No, that would be Mama May as a gardener.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Mama May would be a better gardener, I think.
Grave digger would be a grave robber,
What?
or a
I was going
mortician.
for things that you might actually see on YouTube, though.
Well, yeah, there's morticians on YouTube. You've never watched the
Fair
mortician
enough.
YouTube?
No, I don't.
I have watched so much mortician YouTube. It's weird that I do that, but I
It's
do.
Good
It's there, and it's fun to watch.
Where was Grave Digger? I'm trying to find.
What's in that
Reptilian is
skull?
just Bayou Crocodile Hunter.
We're gonna take a while doing all hunters. We can
Rat.
pause here.
What the fuck
Yeah,
are
we can
you
just stop here if
sipping?
you want.
Oh, well, real quick, because
Drambuie.
Drambuie, okay. Well, while I've got you two in here, just a light thing that you'd like to say about Hunt Showdown, good or bad. But Kugi, let's start. Small thing in the game that you're like, I love it or hate it.
Right now, I don't know if you guys have noticed after the Stillwater Bayou's new map, there's this gurgling sound in the
Oh my
like
goodness, I was
that's
gonna
been
say that too.
added,
I think
Okay.
that's
and
just your Google
it's just
Chrome
so
playing in the background.
Wait,
what?
Google
No,
Chrome
it's like this
from the game?
You have 35 tabs and only one is playing audio.
I'm Rhett. I'm not that ADHD. I don't have 35 tabs.
Oh, he's not onto something. I see.
You just forgot that you minimized the one tab and it was on that one channel that we do not speak of right now.
Okay, so
Rhymes with
gurgling
corn
sound.
pub.
Let her finish.
The gurgling sound is just like it throws me off when I'm trying to sneak around. I at least like be careful of other hunters. Like I'm not trying to be a rat, but also the stealthness is screwing me over.
Maybe
I
you
don't know if you guys
shouldn't
have
brush
noticed
your
that.
teeth
I
and
resemble
Slightly.
that
play Hunt
statement.
Showdown at the same time.
Damn.
All right, Drake. What would you say?
That's all I had to say.
Well,
would
it was
you
gonna
say?
be that because I literally happened tonight, but and
So
of course
stop gargling toothpaste.
recent Crytek developments, recent ones aside, I don't know. I guess the trade window bug or bug feature, whatever you want to call it. At this point, it's a feature. Let's just.
Yeah, at this
It was
point,
weird today. So Drake shot a revive bolt at me, and I did not get res, and he died after he took the shot. I was observing him.
Hmm.
It
And
looked like I landed the shot,
on our
but
client,
Well, that's kind of
it
like
showed
when a
that it
solo
left.
just necro. Like it feels cheap. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So like if you
I've
do
definitely
you know
had
if
one.
the oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I definitely had one where the guy was laying flat on the ground before I died. So the feature is working as intended.
Okay. Do you know
Thanks,
if do you know if the revive bolt just loses all of its ability to revive teammates if you die while it's still flying through the air? Sincere
Mm.
question.
Not sure.
Because that's
I
what
think
it
it's
felt
too
like it
new at this
happened.
point.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's too new at this point.
It was a short
what-
distance. It shouldn't have
what it
mattered,
does.
but
it was
Okay.
like 10 meters. It was like behind a
yeah,
tree.
it was
We
shotgun
should just
range.
start blaming everything on ping at this point.
I'm happy
Okay.
to blame it all on Crytek. I mean, it's their game.
I think everybody's happy to
So-
blame it on
Yeah.
Fifield like I
Whatever.
used to. So
Yeah.
Fifield,
Everyone's happy to blame it on somebody but themselves.
Fifield, I got off your dick and everybody else hopped right back on. So sorry about that. Well, it wasn't my
Sorry,
fault.
It's girthy enough.
I'm not on the dick. I'm riding that beard.
Oh hell. Okay. Well,
Oh, okay, that's a whole different story.
And that frown upside down field, if
But-
you know what I mean.
Oh my gosh.
Rock
Well,
and Stone!
I think we're gonna start wrapping it up about right here. But thanks, guys, for chipping into that last subject.
Yeah.
I just thought you two would
Yeah.
have some funny answers, and you did. So thank you so much for that. But
Thanks for including us.
Thank you.
absolutely, I'll include you guys another time. I hope to include more audience members here in the near future.
Mhm.
Actually, I would love to have you guys come into the Discord because I would like to do this more often. Even I would like a lot more episodes to be live. Have more comments where you guys can just chime right in when we're right here and give us a good
Yeah.
laugh or
We've had a
hell
blast.
make us think even. And so I just want to give a really quick shout out to do you guys have any last final thoughts, by the way, boys? I just kind of want to make sure I'm not interrupting any of that, but
I feel like Scrapbeak would be a Costco streamer because he buys things in bulk.
why did I ask?
Are you sure he's not like a klepto and he's on that one show where they like eat all these various things? He
It's
just,
either
like,
that.
eats everything.
It's either that or he owns a scrapyard.
Mm.
Goodness
Just a
gracious.
shitload of busted ass cars.
You'll never
And he
guess
just
what
goes
the
out
butcher
there and like
runs.
a prostitution ring.
No.
Goodness gracious.
Well, the silence in that.
Well, I will say we
He's
are
a butcher, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ.
in the near future we are going to have 3 special guests, one returning, And I'm really looking forward to it. I would even love if we could do a live episode like this with them, because it would really get people the ability to just even shoot them a question directly, because this was a lot of fun, even if it was a little bit scatterbrained, a little last minute, because I didn't come fully prepared. I just got off of a work shift, so you could always blame Bard. He's always wrong. It's okay. He's always wrong. But I do want to
And next time I'm gonna start drinking sooner.
God, no, please don't. I would like to thank our honorary hunters. There's going to be more on this list soon. I have a very good feeling about it, because I've already got a few in mind. But whenever you frequently comment, whenever you come and hang out with us on our Discord, we'd be happy to add you to our honorary list. But I would like to personally thank Big Monkey CNC, Call Me Roy, Drake, Element, Glonky Pete, Gumbo John, Hazmat, Hans, Jay Tizzle, Kit, Chris, Kugi Saki, Mama Bear Streams, Our Father Great, and Penguin. They're some of the greatest hunters in the bayou. We appreciate them very, very much. All of you. You just
we
heard
love
from
you
Kugi.
all, and we will touch you in your special hunt place soon.
You just heard from Kugi and Drake a little bit. If you were listening to this, they're our moderators on our server, and I want to give them a very, very special shout out. They're very close friends of ours, and they do so much for our Discord server and keep things in line, edit it, and
Thank you,
it's
guys.
whole entirely. We love you guys so much. And
Everybody, hearts in the chat. Round of applause for the mods.
always, they keep my ass in line and make sure that I don't get this podcast canceled, because I'm not the best at running this
You
fucking
cancel
thing. I need help.
Showdown.
But
Oh, wait, it's cancel HB. Sorry, cancel it on Showdown first.
cancel the Drunken Bard. Make these guys run the whole show. You know, make it better.
Yeah, that guy over there.
I'm in the
I
way.
think he's over there. Am I putting the right way? No, other way.
Yeah.
No,
All right.
Yeah.
Soda, you complete me.
All right. But for
Yo.
everyone who tuned in right now, thank you guys so much, and
Thanks for
feel free to
joining,
shoot us
guys.
more comments. And hopefully we can involve more people in the next episode. And I might actually have Rat operate it next time, because I'm an amateur. But I want to thank
Fuck yeah!
I want to thank all of you so much for listening to this episode. And as always, Richard, you're gonna have to take Tyler's place.
Stay hunting and happy Halloween.
Richard, don't leave him hanging.
So
Though.
we gotta make the hearts.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Wrong
we
way,
should
Richard.
do? Wait. Listen.
Listening. Well,
What we need to do.
you're going.
So
through
we have 3 people here, and we have 3 hands at least. So one of us needs to do an H, one of us needs to do a B, and the other one needs to do an E. I think Rat's got the B. Sorry, brother.
I've spent
Does an
enough
H
time
count
in a
like
prison
this
to know how to
with
do
my
a B.
hand? H.
Yes. Yeah.
Close enough.
Is
We
that
did it.
right? H.
Pretty sure an H would be that.
Like, favorite, subscribe to my
Rat, give us an
YouTube
outro,
channel.
please.
If you're in a fair fight, your tactics suck. I love you. I'll kiss you all. B.
Eat plenty of candy.
We look forward to seeing all of you again. Keep it up in the bayou,
Catch you
everyone.
next time.
Catch you next time.
That B is backwards on my screen.